Hello, my ravenous readers. It's Uncle Sean here. Another week is over, and that brings us that much closer to this week's Read Aloud. Now, we're going to be getting back into Charlie and the Chocolate Factory soon, but this week we have a very special book to read and some very exciting news to share. You see, our family of ravenous readers have been growing here on YouTube, but it's about to grow by one very important reader. Very recently, my wife, my amazing, beautiful, intelligent wife, Diana, told me the exciting news that we are going to be having a baby. And since one of the most important jobs of a new parent is to show their children lots of love and make them feel like they belong, today we are going to read You Belong Here, written by M.H. Clark and illustrated by Isabelle Arsenault. But what does it mean to belong? The word belong can actually mean three different things. It can mean that something is the property of someone, that somebody owns it, like, that bike belongs to me. Or it can mean to be in a proper place, like, that book belongs on the top shelf. And lastly, the word belong can mean to feel connected to something, or to be a part of something, like, my teammates make me feel like I belong. In today's story, we're going to be thinking about these last two, finding a place that's a good fit for us, and that feeling of togetherness we get when we're around the people that love us. Belonging is a feeling that we can feel in lots of places. We can feel it at home with our family and friends, or at school or when we're playing on a team, or even when we're out in our community volunteering our time to help other people. So during today's reading, I want you to think about all the places and people that make you feel like you belong. It's important to think about these things and all of the things that we have to be thankful for. So today, let's start with a story that baby Kay will enjoy. Over the course of being a daddy, I will read many, many stories to baby Kay, but this one will always be the first. So sit back, get comfortable, and let's read. The stars belong in the deep night sky, and the moon belongs there too, and the winds belong in each place they blow by, and I belong here with you. The whales and the fishes belong in the sea, and the waves belong by the shore, and the dunes where the grasses belong to be, because grasses are what dunes are for. And the trees belong in the wild wood, and the deer belong in their shade. And the birds belong so safe and good and warm in the nests that they've made. And you belong where you love to be, and after each day is through, you will always belong right next to me, and I'll belong next to you. The frogs and the lilies belong in the lake, where the water is silver and clear. And the turtles belong in the homes that they make, in the sand where the water is near. And the otters belong by the banks of the stream, and the cattails belong there too. And the carp belong where the water runs green, and the shadows all run blue. And you belong right here where you're home and where I hold you close. Of all the wonders I've ever known, you're the one I love the most. The hares belong in the desert air, where the rocks are red and gold. And those rocks belong with the comets out there, which flash bright when the night turns cold. The foxes belong in the high canyon hills, and the sage there belongs in the sun. And the lizards belong in the light sitting still until they are ready to run. The crickets belong in the old stone wall, and the bees belong in the clover. Just as winter belongs in its place after fall, before the new year starts over. And you are a dream that the world once dreamt, and now you are part of its song. That's why you are here, in the place where you're meant, for this is right where you belong. The pines belong on the mountainsides, tucked under their blankets of snow, and the bears belong in the caves where they hide whenever the storms start to blow. Some creatures were made for the land or the air, and others were made for the sea. Each creature is perfectly home right there, in the place it belongs to be. And no matter what places you travel to, what wonders you choose to see, I will always belong right here with you, and you'll always belong with me. You are a dream that the world once dreamt, and now you are part of its song. That's why you are here, in the place where you're meant, for this is right where you belong. Well, that was You Belong Here by M.H. Clark and Isabelle Arsenault. This book made me think a lot about my family, because growing up in the Kelly house, I always felt like it was where I belonged. I felt loved and respected and supported, and I hope that Baby K feels the same way about our family. In fact, my hope is for all of you ravenous readers to be able to find a place and a people that make you feel like you belong. Sometimes it may feel like it takes a long time or a lot of your energy to find where you belong, but the search is worth it, and I encourage you to keep on trying. If you enjoyed the video, you should hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon to get notified about our future videos. That's our episode for this week. I'll see you next time, and remember, there are many little ways to enlarge your world. Love of books is the best of all. See you next time. Bye! Oh, look who's still here. Well, if you're still here, then you must have time for a joke. How about a baby joke? So, how do you get an astronaut's baby to go to sleep? You rock it. Get it? All right, readers, I'll see you next week.